Hi guys, welcome to my final presentation video. I'm really excited to show you guys what I've done so far. So my project once again is about mentoring high school students effectively for future careers in university. And my name is Imran Babar and I'll be going through this. So yeah, let's get going. So I just want to quickly go into the purpose so you guys have a better idea and better background of the project. First thing is many high school students have difficulties choosing career paths and universities, right? I mean, I've had that issue when I was deciding on a career path and a university, and I'm pretty sure you might have had same issue, or you might have been confused about a career that you wanted to choose or a university. Another issue is lack of good mentorships at schools, which in return involves on the student's part poor decision making. Family guidance might not always be the best because they have not always been part of your experiences. They may not always know your skill sets. So it's good that they're giving you recommendations, but remember they may not always be the best. And at the end of the day, you are your own judge of your career, right? So just wanted to throw that out there. Socioeconomic status has a huge impact as well. So students from lower SES have to go through different issues, such as have to give sacrifices. They're working double jobs. They have financial burdens, loans. They may be first generation students who may not have the necessary information that they to succeed, and those kind of things. And that involves at the end of the day that gives out, that with all those issues, there's dropouts at high schools, there's dropout midway through colleges, and yeah, those kind of things. So with this software that I plan to create, I want to tackle all these issues. So yeah, that's a little bit of the background of this project. Thank you. So the permanent solution that I have offered for these issues is I've been able to come up with an artificial intelligence model to track student progress in high school and to provide career and university recommendations. So that tool will be able to learn a particular student for 4 years. It'll be there from their freshman year and it'll learn throughout, and at the end of their senior year, it'll provide a recommendation. Model will be able to take into account many different factors that I'll quickly go over, and it is 98% accurate, the model that I've built out. So it'll be kind of like a career portal. You can think of that. It's like it'll be like a software. It'll have your full profile and it'll continuously monitor you, and there'll be a portal that'll be built out from the artificial intelligence model. There's still a lot more work that needs to be done. Again, it's still a work in progress. I also have plans to visit high schools to market the software as well and to see the need for this as well. Achievements so far: survey and research clearly showed a need for this software. I've interviewed two different high school students. They really liked the idea, and so I've had good feedback for this software. Another big achievement was I was able to utilize Machine Learning Studio to create a predictive experiment to recommend a university and a career. So I have factors as inputs, and outputs are like a university recommendation and a career recommendation. And I'll quickly go over that as well. I was also able to come up with test data after doing research on four different universities to train the model. So I did not have a lot of time to do many different universities. So I just chose four universities and I did some research on how people choose those universities, and I utilized those to train the model. I utilized the multi-class decision forest model, which is again 98% accurate, and that was one of the better models that supported this experiment. Also, another achievement is I've been able to set up a RESTful API to use to get recommendations. So that is live. You can hit the endpoint and you can get the recommendations for those four universities. Again, this is a quick picture of the model and what it's using right now. Don't want to go into too much detail here, but yeah, this is the whole working model. And I'll be quickly going through a demo after this. So I would really appreciate the feedback and thank you for listening in. For the demo, basically I have created two different endpoints. So there's a career recommendation endpoint and there's a university recommendation endpoint. Both of them are RESTful APIs, so you can hit those with a URL, which I'll be providing. So I'll provide you guys with a documentation that'll be linked when I submit this presentation. I'll be linked there. So I'll have like a sample JSON formatted body request that you could send in, and the headers. I'll provide the API key, so you need to have bearer and the API key, and then content type and application JSON. That's how it works for both career recommendation and university recommendation. So, for example, here I have set it up so that this particular recommendation will be provided. Here, I'll be medical. So whatever the grades are, so inputs are, those are all pointing right here to the medical. And when you hit send, you get back medical right here. And so right now I've trained either medical or engineering. There's tons of majors, and that'll definitely require a lot more data. It's definitely at a state where it's really above my level, where we need plenty of data and plenty of people to work on it to come up with like a working model with so many different careers that there are. For the scope of this project, I've only done medical and engineering as two careers, and we're either providing you with a medical recommendation, which provides you with a medical or an engineer. So I have done that, and that's also depends on the grades and things like that here, SAT scores and different things. So you could end up with an engineer here as well if your grades are a little different. If you did better in math and science, you probably would end up with an engineer career here. So let me show you the other endpoint, university recommendation. Pretty simple, pretty common. Pretty similar to the other one as the career recommendation, but instead here you'll get either Harvard as a university, Stanford, Texas A&M, or University of Illinois at Chicago. So it'll get one of those recommendations. So this one right now it's set up so that it throws back Harvard. Again, your expected amount that's affordable. It's 300,000 for 4 years, so it definitely points towards Harvard. Looks at the grades and other things as well. So it's a mix of all the factors it takes into account. It'll provide you with different stuff. So if you wanted to, let's suppose you wanted to have maybe Stanford here, you would enter maybe grades which are higher for math and science, and it'll point towards engineering, and you'll end up with Stanford here. But it all depends on the numbers that you get and the model and how it predicts. But it is 98% accurate based on the training that I've done as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. And yeah, look out for the documentation and the link so you guys will be able to hit these endpoints and to play around with it. Also, both of the endpoints, career recommendation and university recommendation, both are being powered by the Machine Learning Studio through the multi-class decision forest model. They're both 98% accurate. I just wanted to throw that out there as well. And thank you for listening in. Appreciate you guys' time. Really looking back for the feedback from you guys on how this can be improved. So yeah, thank you so much.